I am the Lonely Necron, and welcome to my basement. So, last time we did a Chaos defense, so this time we're going to do a Necron defense. The convergence of Dominion will act as before as a teleport thing. Once this front wall has been broken, penetrated, units have gotten past, whatever, then units will start coming out of these. Same thing as before, we'll roll to see if something comes out. The middle one will probably refuse to do anything, and yeah, life will be awesome. But until then, we'll have some Necron defenders, so let's meet them. So my Necron surface defense force for this battle. I have a Triarch Stalker with a Heat Ray, an Annihilation Barge with a Gauss Cannon, another Annihilation Barge, this one has a Tesla Cannon, 2 Doomsday Arcs, 2 Heavy Destroyers with the Gauss Destructor, and 1 with the Enmitic Exterminator, a Canoptic Doomstalker, a regular Doom Size. This looks like a Knight Size, but we're going to pretend that it's a Doom Size. I have one already, but we're going to extend imagination a little bit here. And opposing them, trying to destroy them and take over things, we have this pretty decently sized Chaos army. Leading it all, we have this Chaos Lord, backed up by a Master of Executions, a Dark Apostle, a Sorcerer, and a Master of Possessions, 10 crappy cultists, a 5-man squad of Space Marines, a small squad of Bikers, 5 Warp Talons, 5 Occult Sorcerer Terminator dudes. They'll warp in when needed, like the Warp Talons. 2 Obliterators, they'll warp in. A Demon Prince with an axe, they'll get summoned in. A Venom Crawler. A Rhino carrying all of the HQs and the 5-man squad of Space Marines. 2 11-man squads, one with a plasma gun and a flamer, and a dude with Power Fist, and the other one has the autocannon, heavy bolter, and he just has a Stardust Chainsword. And yeah, these 2 knights, the Knight Desecrator with the Laser Destructor and a Reaper Chainsword, and Bleak Rides' Knight Castellan that we're pretending is a Knight Desecrator also. It did okay in the defense, so maybe it'll do better in this offense. So yeah, turns out roughly to be about 3,400 points of chaos and around 1,100 points-ish of Necrons. I'm pro Necron, so it's always going to be that for me. I'm confident that Necrons can pretty much destroy these guys before they even get to the gates, but we'll see. So I'm going to set up deployment. We'll show you that, and then we'll start and have some fun. Okay, so Space Marines, Bikers, pretend Knight Desecrator, Rhino with all the HQs and a squad of 5 Space Marines, 2 Greater Possessed, the Cultists, the actual Knight Desecrator, the Helldrake, and the Venom Crawler. Over here defensively, we have the Doomstalker with the Gauss Destructor Destroyers, and the other one's over here. Both Annihilation Barges ready to charge out. The Triarch Stalker just holding back, kind of being there. 2 Doomsday Arcs up on the hill, and the 2 Doomsides in the corners ready to come out and pretty much destroy the Helldrake. I expect the Doomsides to do a lot of work in the next hour or two, so As we're doing a Necron defense, then Chaos gets to go first. So we'll go into a whole lot of Chaos advance, I believe. So everything except for the Helldrake advanced, which put the bikers way up there. Nobody really rolled low. Everybody got a pretty good solid movement thing, you know. They all made it at least a third of the way to the walls. Nothing really in range for Psychic or any need for Psychic at this point. Shooting, the only thing that really has a chance of hitting with anything are the two Knights, and they are indeed going to shoot. So this proxy Knight Desecrator shot at this Doomsday Arc and failed to do anything. This actual Knight Desecrator did some decent damage to this one, so yep, that'll do it for the Night Lords. So we'll go on to the Necron turn. The wall hasn't been breached, so the convergence teleport things do not activate yet. Just regular movement and awesomeness. Okay. So the Enigmatic Exterminator Heavy Destroyer just kind of moved up here to the edge. This Doom Scythe moved up here to this hill. The Gauss Cannon Annihilation Bar just kind of moved forward out of the gates, kind of like a, oh yeah, I'm gonna kill you. And this other Doom Scythe proxy thing moved down to this lower hill. And the Doomsday Arc regained a wound, and that'll do it for Necron movement. So we'll go into Necron shooting. Yeah, always my favorite phase. And that's why I love the Necron shooting phase. It took a whole lot of units. The Annihilation Barge, the Doomstalker, both Doomsday Arcs, that Doom Scythe. But it was this Doom Scythe and its death ray that finally killed the Knight Devastator. Knight Desecrator? Either way, the proxy Knight Castellan thingy. Thanks, Bleak Rides, but I killed it in the first turn, and I'm sorry. But it was fun. And yeah, its explosion did kill a Space Marine and did do a little bit of damage to this Greater Possessed and took half the life of this Rhino. But yeah, I just... And yeah, okay, the bikers died too, but they're bikers, they don't live long. So, yeah, that'll take us on over to the Night Lord's turn. Turn 2, after their morale has been just sorely tested after seeing a Knight blown up that quickly. Maybe they'll rally out of it, who knows, we'll see. Night Lord's turn 2. So, once again, pretty much all of the infantry advanced as far as it could, getting some really crappy rolls in the process. But most everything is super close. These Garabacol Terminators teleported in here. One of the Obliterators teleported in at the very edge back over there. And the other Obliterator came in over here on this little side bubble area. Out of all the chaos that I own, these are the two that scare me the most. Yep, I'll just say that aloud. Obliterators scare me. The same way that a Talos does. Yep, we're probably... No, we are indeed close enough with these guys to do some psychic things from inside of a vehicle. I don't know if that's a thing, but that's what I do. So, we're gonna do some psychics. After some careful discussion with myself as to whether or not a psychic can cast Smite on something it can't see, and then a further discussion as to what can and cannot be seen from the inside of a Rhino, and then further examination of my Rhino, yeah, I guess you can't do it from inside a thingy, unless there's some sort of rule in the rulebook that I don't remember reading. So we're just going to make it canon for this table that Psychers cannot be used from inside a vehicle, unless it's like an open backed vehicle that they can see out from. So either way, we'll skip that and go into the Night Lord shooting, and maybe we can get some revenge for the dead proxy and Night Desecrator. So, chaos shooting. So the obliterators, well, one of them anyway, did obliterate something. This obliterator over here killed this heavy destroyer over here. The obliterator in the corner did a decent amount of damage to this Doomsday Arc. And, oh yeah, the Night Desecrator did a little bit of damage to the Doom side over here. Everybody else either missed or is not in range. No charge phase this particular time, so it'll go on over to the Necron turn. And even though that Helldrake, oh no, the obliterators are inside the walls, so now unfortunately, for the obliterators anyway, the Convergence and Dominion teleporters are now going to activate, so things just got really extra special super fast. So, yeah, we'll see who survives the experience. Okay. So the Doom sides have charged forward into the Night Lord battle group. The Annihilation barges have kind of moved forward out of the stronghold area. Nothing else really moved otherwise, but each portal popped out 10 immortals, Tesla cannons, because pretty much everything I own that has an option for Tesla has it. So, yeah, we'll get into Necron shooting. Yay, Necron shooting. I'm not actually done rolling out shooting yet. I feel I just had to share this because this Annihilation Barge just destroyed the Rhino that was here, so all of these HQs are now in front, near this Knight. That's probably going to get blown up here in a second. Yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that, and then we'll get back to me rolling dice up here in a second. So I guess the only real destructive, dramatic awesomeness was the destruction of the Rhino. Doomside did some whittling down of these two units. The Doomstalker did some whittling down of this unit. Both Doomsides did a significant amount of damage with their death rays to the Knight. Kind of lost a whole lot of cultists. I don't really know if it's a loss. They're just cultists, right? You can just make more of those guys. So yeah, just put in a whole lot of damage dealing. We're not able to kill the obliterators. I did try. So that'll take us on over to the Night Lord's turn. Okay, so pretty much everybody just did a standard move up instead of advancing up. The Warp Talons appeared behind the Obliterator with the hopes of charging into these Immortals. Helldrake came up to challenge these Immortals. The Obliterator just moved up a level to challenge these Immortals. And the Dark Apostle summoned this Demon Prince. So the Psychics can all definitely see things. So there will be definitely a psychic whatever phase. So we'll get into that. Well, both the Master of Possession and the Sorcerer rolled an 11 on Smite, so they destroyed an Annihilation Barge. That's good for them. Unfortunate timing for me. Either way, that'll take us on over to Chaos Shooting. Yay, Chaos Shooting! So the Far Obliterator killed a couple of Immortals. This Obliterator killed no Immortals. Helldrake managed to kill an Immortal. that's pretty much all that died. The Chaos Knight did do some decent damage to this Annihilation Barge. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There wasn't a whole lot of shooting, but there were definitely going to be a lot of charges. A whole lot of charges, so let's deal with charges and fighting. So my Chaos Dice definitely failed on that one. The Warp Talons definitely did try and charge the Immortals, but the Immortals got a really good Overwatch roll. Killed 2 of the Warp Talons, and the Warp Talons failed to make their distance. This Greater Possessed managed to charge the Annihilation Barge, took 3 damage for its trouble, and at least made it in. The Chaos Knight tried to charge the Annihilation Barge and didn't make it in. So, yeah, that was super terrible. Plus when the Greater Possessed attacked, it didn't even do anything to the Annihilation Barge. I don't know. I mean, he tied it up, so I guess there's that, but yeah, the Night Lord side of me is very disgusted by this particular phase experience part, so yeah. Either way, that takes us on over to the Necron turn. Alright. So the Doom Size acted like star-crossed lovers and just kind of crisscross each other there. All of the squads of Immortals just moved their 5 inches forward to try and clear the space. Squad of Scorpack Destroyers came out of this one. Squad of Scorpack Destroyers came out of this one. And just as if to follow history, the middle one didn't do anything. Long sigh. No-Katan popped out, so that'll take us over to Necron Shooting. I'm gonna have to start calling the Doom Size the Cleaners. This one killed off the remaining Space Marines over here. This one killed off the remaining cultists. Yeah, that was enjoyable. And the 2 Doomsday Arcs did a whole lot of damage to this knight. He's only got 2 wounds left. It's super terrible. Yeah, so we'll go into Necron Charging. It'll mainly be these Scorpacks. So we'll deal with that. So this close grouping of Scorpacks managed to make their charge and kill the Obliterator that was over here. This group of Scorpacks managed to survive their Overwatch shooting, but did not make their charge. So, 1 Obliterator down, 1 Obliterator to go. And that'll take us on over to the Night Lord's turn. Alright, everything pretty much moved up, or in the case of this Helldrake, over. The knight is badly wounded and cannot move very far, but it also moved up. The Warp Talons over here have moved up closer to get a better charge distance. The Terminators are at the base over there of the hill, ready to get up and actually start doing something. So yeah, that'll take us on over to Chaos Psychic Phase. As I was doing my Psychic Phase, I realized that the Demon Prince wasn't on the table, which made me realize that I killed it last turn. I don't think I said anything about it, but I guess I killed the Demon Prince last turn. But all 3 of the Psychers did successfully cast Smite, and did a whole lot of damage to this Doomscythe proxy. It's still alive, but just barely. So we'll get into Chaos Shooting. So the Necrons have definitely messed up the Night Lord army. There's really not a lot left of shooters left for them. So yeah, there was a lot of shooting and a lot of misses. And the knight is super bracketed, and he didn't even hit once. Most everybody else has a pistol. So yeah, and we'll go into Chaos Charging. The Warp Talons were successful in charging the Scorpex, but they were not successful in much of anything else. They did 1 point of damage and lost 2 Warp Talons in return. So that'll take us on over to the Necron turn. Okay, so for Necron movement, the Doom size pretty much just came back up to the home field here. This group of Scorpex destroyers moved down a little bit, kind of heading towards this area to take on this thing. The other Scorpex hopped down a level to try and take on the Obliterator. A Hexmark popped out of this teleportation thing. Once again, nothing at all came out of that. And another Hexmark came out of this one. So no Catan, so we'll go into Necron shooting, and hopefully we can lay waste to the remnants of this Chaos army. Okay, so the 2 Doomsday Arcs killed off the Knight. This Heavy Destroyer, along with the Doomstalker and this Heavy Destroyer, killed the Helldrake. And the 2 Doomscythes and the Triarch Stalker killed the Venom Crawler. So yeah, that's pretty good for that. So we'll go on to Necron Charging, which looks like it's just going to be those Scorpex over there into the Obliterator. So we're going to roll that out and see how it goes. So the Scorpex did take a wound on Overwatch, but in the fight phase did manage to kill the Obliterator. So we'll go on to Night Lord's turn. Probably their last stand, since this is literally all that they have left. But yeah, last stand time it is. The survivors of the Rhino have just kind of moved up to the centryway here. And the remaining 4 Scarab Terminators have just moved up onto the hill. So we'll do Psychic Phase. So the Scarab Occult Sorcerer failed to cast Tzeentch's Firestorm. But between these 3 Psychers, the Dark Apostle, the Sorcerer, and the Master of Possessions, they did manage to kill this Doom Scythe. So that's a success. So Chaos Shooting. So this command grouping did a lot of damage to this destroyer, but did not kill it. And the Soul Reaper cannon over here did a little bit of damage to this Doom Scythe, but did not kill it. We've decided not to do the last stand charge thing. So we'll go into probably the last round of Necrons. Yep, Necron turn. Most everything stayed where it was. The Scorpex moved forward. The Doom Scythe moved over. The Scorpex kind of tucked in behind this thing to probably charge these guys. Some Tomb Blades came out of this teleport. Yep, nothing out of that one. Nothing out of this one. No Catan, so we'll go into Necron shooting and probably the end of Chaos. I'm hoping for the end of Chaos, but again, I'm pro Necron, so. So after that round of Necron shooting, the only Chaos that's left alive is a Sorcerer, a Master of Possession, and a Chaos Lord. This health is for the Sorcerer, or the Master of Possession there. So, ordinarily I would drag it out, but there's only 3 of them, and there's all of this. So yeah, I'm just gonna say that the Necrons won. Yeah. Granted, I was anticipating the Necrons were gonna win. It's just that was pretty much all of my heavy support, minus I guess the Monolith is considered a Lord of War now. It used to be heavy support. So yeah, that was a good time. If you watched it all the way to the end, then thank you. I hope you also had a good time. I have a couple of games planned with my girlfriend's Drukari, so hopefully I can get those filmed maybe tomorrow or after work on Wednesday. I don't know, we'll see. Either way, have a good morning and I'll see you next time.